Yo, Kpaceguy here, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and today I want to review the SVS Prime Wireless 2.1 system that I've had in my home for probably a month or a little bit longer now. I've gotten a good bit of time with it. It's been on my desk back behind me as my computer setup, gaming setup, music setup over there, and I've had a lot of time with it. Now, I've done an overview unboxing of these speakers already, so if you haven't checked that video, it'll be down in the description below. Go back and watch the overview first, and then this will be the actual review of it. That subwoofer there also belongs to it. It's the Prime Wireless 2.1 system. So of course you get the small little bookshelf speakers here, and then you get the subwoofer to go with it. And we're going to talk about that subwoofer because that makes this whole system come to life. So if you haven't seen the overview, go back and watch that because it's going to be key. Cause I'm not going to go over any specs or anything in this video, and there won't be a sound demo only because YouTube only sounds like what you're listening it to. So it won't sound like what it should sound like. So I'm not going to go and do a demo. But let's go ahead and talk about these because I want to let you guys know what I think about them. And if you're interested, let me know in the comments down below. I have the Fluence AI60s that are also powered bookshelf speakers, or monitors if you will, that rival these. So if you want to see a comparison video, I'll tell you which one I think is better. But without that being said, let's go ahead and talk about these guys here. So these are the SVS Prime Wireless bookshelves that you get. I think you can get them by themselves, or you can get them as a 2.1 system with the subwoofer there. I've also done a review on the subwoofer, so check that video out too. But these speakers are very good. We'll start off and just get that out there. They're very good speakers. I would never use them as my dedicated 2.1 system though. And the reason being is because of how small they are and how much they depend on the subwoofer for most of its sound. Now these are like 4-inch drivers or smaller. So they're not going to give you much under 85, 90 hertz. They're rated at 55 hertz, but even at that, I still didn't hear much bass presence. And they're not. They have a port on the back, but I mean, you're not gonna want to put a speaker against the wall because you're gonna amplify the bass in the negative way. So they really depend on that sealed subwoofer. I say sealed. It's pretty funny. This subwoofer has a lot of performance, and this is what really makes the system come to life. Because, like I said, all of the frequencies is really from the sub, the lower frequency. Like, yeah, that's what you want, but it really heavily depends on the subwoofer. Because if you take that subwoofer out of the equation, you actually have a really bland speaker. The box is not big at all. The drivers aren't big, and the port doesn't do much for it because the drivers are so small. But with that being said, it does sound excellent for what it does reproduce. The voices, you guys know SVS, they're quality stuff. So the voices, they sound very good. The mid-range presence is there. So you're never going to have an issue with listening to music and wishing that you had a little bit more body, more presence. It has that, even for their size. And again, their size is something that I like. I had the AI60s on my desk for probably close to a year now, and they're not big and they're not small, but compared to these, they're a lot bigger. And I actually really like the small form factor of these because you can kind of tuck it away on a desk and still have your computer space and space to put notes and pins and whatever you want to put on your desk. You have that space for it there, and they're not going to be an eyesore. So it's a really good monitor type speaker. Now these are the Prime Wireless speakers, meaning you can Bluetooth, Spotify, tune in, whatever kind of app you use for music, you can stream it basically to these speakers, which makes it very, very good for the price tag. You can do a lot with these speakers. It has USB on the back side. You can plug headphone jack in. You can connect these things with anything you can think of. And that's why they're so good. They're so versatile. You can play whatever you want to on here, and it's probably going to sound good. So big ups to SVS for that. The only complaint that I have is how dependent that they are on the subwoofer. You're going to have to cross your subwoofer pretty high so that you can get the most music out of it, which I guess isn't a bad thing, but when I'm coming from the AI60s, these don't have a subwoofer with them. They're just the two bookshelves, and I get a lot of bass out of these speakers, and there's no port on the back or anything like that. It's a sealed powered speaker, and they get down really low and play very loud. with these, they're so dependent on the subwoofer that if you don't have a subwoofer with these, then you're missing probably 70% of the music that you're listening to. And again, if you're buying these, you're going to put them on a desk. This is not something that you want to buy for a dedicated 2-channel listening system per se. This is more for something to put in a home. Maybe you're in the kitchen, you want to listen to music, or if you're cleaning the house that day, you turn these on and you play them for a little bit. But this, I don't think this is really meant for a dedicated 2-channel system, not only because of how small it is, but because of the way that you're going to listen to music. Most likely you're going to stream to it, you're going to Bluetooth, you're going to Spotify, you're going to have some type of third-party app to listen to your music. And for audiophiles or for music enthusiasts, wired connection is always the best connection when listening to music, because there's no interference, there's no lag time, response time. But you also introduce distortion in your signal when you use Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, which of course takes away from the music. So music enthusiasts or audiophiles, they're going to vouch for using hardwired connections. They want to plug RCAs or XLR cables to their equipment and get the best transfer signal that they can. So this is more for the people who just want some nice in-home music. Maybe you have them on a bookshelf or something like that, a bookcase, and you just want some music in the home that day, but nothing, really serious. I think that's what these are aimed towards. Although they do sound better than the average Joe. They sound phenomenal, and they get very loud, both the sub and the 2 speakers, so you can get some pretty good output with these. But I think it's more for the people who just want a really good sound system, but not necessarily looking for a lot out of it. So they sound good nonetheless. I do appreciate SVS for sending these to me. I think they're absolutely great, and I have contemplated keeping them because I love the subwoofer aspect of it. The subwoofer sounds phenomenal. Please go check that review out, because the subwoofer sounds amazing for what it is and how small it is. And then I also thought about keeping it because of how small it is. Like I said, I had them on my desk behind me, and they're far smaller than the bookshelves that I currently have. So I get a lot of desk space back, and for a lot of people that's important. A lot of my space was taken up by the 2 bookshelf speakers that I have currently, and these gave me some space back to add, a few knickknacks or a pin holder or something like that to your desk, and I really appreciated that. So who is this for, really? I don't think it's for the audio enthusiast. I don't think it's for the audiophile, the die-hard music fan. I think it's for somebody who wants to casually listen, or who has a computer set up and they want to play games every now and then. Maybe they are a YouTube editor or something and they want music in the background, or they just want to, they want to be able to reproduce what's on the screen with some pretty good audio. I think that's more towards that group of people. And don't get me wrong, they can play music very well. They do music just fine. I just think that there's things out there that are better. So with that being said, I do recommend the SVS Prime Wireless 2.1 system to just about anybody, as long as you're not looking for like the best of the best. They're not even trying to aim themselves towards that. SVS has another Prime system that you can use for that, and this is not it. I think they did that intentionally. So they're doing exactly what they're meant to do, which is give you some good quality music when you want it. And at the convenience of having an app or having Spotify right there on your phone and Bluetooth, it's all right there for you. So I recommend these to just about everybody, especially the younger generation. I think they would like it a lot, or maybe like a middle-aged person who, enjoys music but nothing serious. So guys, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think of the SVS Prime Wireless 2.1 system. Also, leave me a comment down below and let me know if you think that you would like me to make a video comparing the SVS Prime Wireless to the Fluon's AI60s. I think that would be a very good video because there's a lot going for this speaker, and this speaker is $199 versus something that's like triple the price. So let me know if you want to see that video and I'll be happy to make that. But other than that, guys, leave me a comment down below, flick that like button, and leave a subscribe if you're not already. We will see you in the next video. Kpaceguy out. Peace.